I was playing pickleball with a few friends last week. Most of the play was kind of just laid back. We were mainly talking shop during most of the rallies, but eventually we ended up talking about our future. In particular, one of my friends, we'll call him Steve, was talking about how he wants to start making music. He's quite nifty with the guitar. The only thing that was holding him back from starting was the uncertainty for success and the unknown time horizon. That was it. He emphasized how even if it did work out, it would take years of trial and error to actually get to that point. And as Steve was explaining this, up until that point, my other friend, Charlie, he hadn't said a word. But after he explained the uncertainty of the time horizon, he kind of out of nowhere said, "The time will pass anyways." And after Charlie said that, there was a pause of silence. Everybody was digesting what Charlie just said. And ever since he said that, "The time will pass anyways," I can't stop thinking about it. Now, how that story ends isn't important, but I wanted to highlight what he said. The time will pass anyways. And I think that idea is so universal, no matter what stage of life you're in. And so specifically, what did he mean by this? Well, the answer is probably exactly what you're thinking. And so if we expand Steve's life out and follow the scenario that he never started the music path or he never really did anything, a few years down the line, he'll be exactly where he is now. Steve's biggest concern is that his dream will ultimately take too long. But the time will pass anyways, whether you take action or you don't take action. And this idea really resonates with me. I think we've all been in Steve's situation, no matter the circumstance or the exact niche scenario. I think as humans, we have this belief that success must come quickly, especially with the instant dopamine gratification we get through our phones and through day-to-day life that has made life easier and more instantaneous. Because if it takes years to accomplish, during those years, you'll start to question whether those years were spent correctly. Even if you did accomplish it, maybe I could have accomplished this thing a little faster, or I could have done something else that would have been more worth these years, and I would have been even more successful. You never know. And ever since I heard Charlie say that last week, I can't stop thinking about it. It's such a simple concept, but it makes perfect sense. And I think it is so universal in a lot of people's lives. There are a million avenues you can take, all with different time horizons. But whatever you choose, the time will pass anyways. And so taking this all into account, I think the single worst thing you can do is spend this time or your future doing absolutely nothing. Because when the time eventually passes, you'll be in the same exact spot you were a few years before. And you'll probably feel pretty silly after all those years. You might even feel like a goofy goober. And this isn't me saying that you have to have your whole life figured out to a T and you have to be chasing every single goal that you have possible. Even though I like the idea of that, it's not feasible. All I'm saying is simply move forward in something. I don't care what it is, but it's choose something and move forward in it. Whether it's getting in shape, becoming a better communicator, learning a skill, whatever it may be, choose something. Dear God. And if you can't think of something to work towards in the next coming years, I think you're full of shit. And you haven't thought hard enough about what you want in your life. All this to say, the time will pass anyways, so choose something, stick with it, and become a better person.